Welcome everybody to How Fast Will It Go, and today we're dealing with the 2019 Zenvo TSR-S. Now this has 1,464 horsepower, 1,009 pounds-feet of torque from a 6.2 litre twin supercharged V8 engine. The car itself now weighs 3,176 pounds, now has all-wheel drive, and it can do 0 to 60 in 1.641 seconds and 0 to 100 in 3.397 seconds. So we've already reviewed this car not long ago, only on Thursday in fact, but yeah, with the amount of power that this car had from a really rather sizable engine, it was kind of irresistible to really not put it on this series. Granted, it's not a massive amount of extra power over what it had originally, but it's got a couple of hundred extra torques, and yeah, it's got at least 200, 300 horsepower more from a slightly larger engine with less weight. So yeah, I've actually decreased the downforce on that flexible rear wing, so yeah, it's going to have less downforce and less handling, but that's why it's got all-wheel drive, but it also should also make it a far faster on in terms of top speed. So yeah, let's get out there and see what this car can do. Oopsie daisy. Press the button once too often there. So yeah, this car was already quick in terms of top speed in stock form. A top speed of about 202 in real life and 240 on this game. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how much more it can do than that with the extra horsepower, extra torque. Right, past its original top speed, that's 255. That's 260. We did hit 264 there before we had to slow down for the corner. So it's still pretty good, not quite as quick as a Radical from the previous episode, but still well up there. Would like it to go quicker though, given all the power it has. Certainly got pretty decent acceleration once we're beyond the 220, 230 mark. Which is obviously helped by the immense amount of torque that it's got going on. Certainly more torque than the Radical had in the previous episode. Does unfortunately seem to slow down a fair bit once we're past 250 though. It's good for acceleration up until that point, but 250 seems to be the point where the aerodynamics start to work against it. Yeah, it's looking like 264 is going to be our final top speed for today, which is not bad, not quite as quick as a Radical, which is a bit of a shame given how much more horsepower and torque that this car has over that vehicle, especially yeah, since it also has a slightly larger engine in terms of cubic capacity, though it does have less cylinders. But yeah, 264 is still fairly decent. It matches the TVR Griffith, the Formula Drift, and it's quicker than the Formula Drift Chevrolet Corvette, Toyota 2000 GT, Lotus Elise GT1, Jaguar Lightweight E-Type, TVR Cerberus B12, TVR Tuscan S, and the Ferrari F12 GT. It's slightly behind the BMW M3 GTR, Ferrari 288 GTO, Porsche Carrera GT, and Porsche Cayman GTS. In terms of other vehicles from the same year as this, well, yeah, it's nowhere near as quick as say the Porsche 911 GT3 RS, Mercedes AMG E63S, or a Porsche 911 Carrera S. Yeah, Porsche from this same year as this is certainly a far quicker vehicle, but yeah, in terms of modern vehicles, it's certainly not the worst that we've had. because you can compare it easily to the likes of an ATS GT from the previous year, which only managed to 60, or an Apollo Intensa Mozioni, which only managed 256, or even the GTA Spano from a few years back, which we only had on a few episodes ago, that only managed 256 as well. So yeah, in terms of newer cars, it's up there with the best, but yeah, older cars from the early 2000s, 90s, 80s, 70s, even 60s certainly are seeming like the quicker option to go for if you're after just pure top speed. But yeah, still a good car in its own right, handled really rather well despite the decrease in downforce, and yeah, the power certainly helped it go a lot quicker than it can do in standard form, a good 24 mile an hour quicker in fact. So yeah, it's well worth giving it that extra power. Whether or not you want to lighten it as much as I have and give it all-wheel drive is up to you, but in terms of pure top speed, yeah, this car does have plenty of room to manoeuvre, even though you can only upgrade the supercharger and superchargers and the engine block to increase the size of the engine. So yeah, you can't do that all that much with it, but what you can do with it does at least make a sizable difference. Nonetheless, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.